Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to take a look at the Yeti Smash attack, which I promised you guys already yesterday, and we're taking a look at a couple of attacks with this number one strategy. This army right now is killing it in Legend League, but if you guys might think, okay, this army is just straight up broken, that's not really true. It's actually not too easy to execute. I can see, or I saw so many people using those mass Yeti attacks. This attack strategy is completely different. You need actually to use your brain, and actually you have to decide what you're going for. Because the secret behind of the strategy is the choice of the siege machines. You always should bring all of your siege machines, which means you should bring a slammer, a blimp, a ram, a siege barracks. You should bring all of those because you can use every single one of them. And this makes the strategy so strong. Because what is the biggest problem in, for example, Legend League? The biggest problem is that you have one set army and you can't change the army anymore as soon as you found a base. But with being able to change the siege machines, this is kind of the only flexible thing which you can change. Obviously, you could change the settings of your warden, like air, ground, whatever. But this makes not like a big difference. Like, there's not a lot of choice or like a lot of impact on that. But what is really big of an impact is changing the siege machines. You can have a lot of different siege machines, and if you guys might think now, you can change those siege machines in any attack. But the cool thing on this attack strategy is that you can actually use the change of the siege machines always in a useful way with this army, and this makes it kind of unique because on most of the other armies, for example, if you're using Queen Charge Hybrid, you want to have, I don't know, maybe a blimp with a Yeti in theirs. Maybe you want to have a siege barracks with Hogs in theirs. And you can see there are always different CCs needed, like the filling option. But with this army, you can always bring the Yetis in there. It's always fine. With the Yeti blimp, with the Ram, for example, you can even use the Ram. Yes, I said that right. You can use the Ram sometimes with this army. If you might think the Ram is dead, nope. The really high guards up there sometimes even use the Ram. So let's take a look at this one. Since what we're doing over here, we use the blimp kind of to funnel away the single Inferno Tower and the air defense, and this means this is pushing everything into the core. And if you guys already wondered by now, you're completely brain dead. Why did you not drop the witches? And well, the thing is, I don't know. I guess I forgot them. It's like, I don't know. I completely forgot about the witches, to be completely honest. But either way, you can see this already. This is completely wrecked. If you can find the right angle where you can come from with your like entry, basically, there's basically no bases which can defend you. What are the most important things on attacks like this? Really important is that you're not losing all of your bowlers to the scatter shots. This can happen kind of easily. It happened to me many times with trying this army, but something which is really important is that you keep track of the scatter shots, and in case you just freeze them. You have a couple of freezes with this army, but you have mainly a lot of rages, so make sure that you use them. If you're like, okay, I will save another rage, nope. Use the rage kind of early on. This will save you time, and this will give you push even more power. It's really important that you're not saving any rages. Try to like get them out there. You have a lot of rages with this army. This makes it kind of different as well, because most of the time you have like 2 or 3 jump spells. You have like a jump and an earthquake, stuff like that. On this army, you have to adapt fast. Sometimes you can use the wall breakers. Sometimes you can use only the jump and the wall breakers. Sometimes you have to use the ram just to get deep into the base. But you have so many more spell capacity with this change to your army, because this means you have basically 1 or 2 more rages in your army, which is a huge difference. So let's take a look at this attack, and once again we're opting into the Yeti blimp. Yeti blimp right now is just crazy strong, but still, the really nice thing about this army, you can use all of them. So the first thing what we're going to do is let's drop the blimp in there. We are luring out the enemy clan castle as well, and then we can just get started at the bottom of this base with our queen, dropping her, and we do not really care. Since this base is completely like symmetrical, we can go to the left, go to the right, we do not care at this point. So the only thing which we do want to do is drop our queen early so we have no time issues later on. As soon as the clan castle is out, we're dropping the poison obviously, getting ready for our minion, and then the queen can decide which way she wants to go. As soon as she's going the right way, we can start to funnel with our king and the witches. Normally you want to have the witches on the outside following the king along, and then as soon as you see, okay, there's like a little bit of splash damage, then you can add later on the royal champion. This is normally the setup of this army, and let's try whether we can somehow execute this. So first test loon obviously, and then the coconut warbreaker, or like the test warbreaker. And as soon as everything is set, we're using the rest of the warbreakers, warden in behind, yetis in behind, the bolus in behind, and then we're placing the jump to get into the core. And you will see once again, the most annoying thing is going to be the scatter shot, because even if there are tanks in front of your bolus, this means your bolus might die kind of early on. And you can see the first, or like the next mistake, which I'm doing right now, I need to rage way earlier. Like you can see, I still have 2 rages. I'm already in the core, like Itsu. What are you waiting for? This is crazy. So I should have used way more rages. I can use now another rage, and you can see already, I'm already out of the base and I'm still having rages. So this is something which I need to work on for sure, like dropping my rages better. But either way, you can see as well, the witches on the outside try to get deeper into the base. I dropped the royal champion maybe a little bit too early to try to take out the enemy expos, but this means she died over there. I'm not really sure if I should have dropped her over there, but this means this is getting really close on time. But once again, it's not about tripling every single base, because if I'm completely honest, this is just not possible. Like you cannot triple every single base. And if you can't do that, props to you. I mean, you're crazy. But one thing which is important, especially in Legend League, is that you can get most of the bases obviously tripled, but if you're not tripling, and that's the important thing, then it should be above 90% something. And this is what this army can do if you can master it. And I have to say this once again, if you guys think you're going to copy this base and you're getting insane amount of trophies, that's not how it works. This army is not too easy to execute, and you have to get the feeling of when do you use which siege machine. And this is actually really important to get the right idea of when you're using which siege. On this one, we ended up on a 97% attack. Not too bad, but well, 31 trophies. I take those. So let's get into the next attack, which is going to be a ring base. And this is another really important thing about this army. This army is crazy good against ring bases. So what is the reason behind that? So you have 2 options on going against ring bases with this army. The first option is you're sending in a Yeti blimp kind of early on to make sure that you can like get rid of one part of the base. When do you do that? As soon as there's Inferno Tower and Scatter Shot, for example, really close to each other, and you can lure the enemy clan castle at the same time, then you can go for the blimp, because that's a lot of value. Not only you can destroy a Scatter Shot and an Inferno Tower together, but as well you can lure the enemy clan castle out. This is really important, because later on, as soon as your bolus and your yetis are coming in, if there are ice golems in there and you're meeting those troops in the base, it's getting really annoying. So what I'm doing over here, I didn't get the scatter shot sadly, but I did get the single Inferno Tower, I did get an expo, and obviously the enemy clan castle. So those are the most important things to me at this point. And this means the next thing what we're going to do is start with our king, once again on the outside, once again in behind the witches, and then we're starting in between with our Yeti smash. So let's get started as soon as our queen is like finishing the right things, like the things on the right side. And now let's get started with the king. And as soon as the king is around the corner, we're starting off with the witches. There's once again another expo on our queen, but this shouldn't be any problem because, well, we still have a ton of rages left, right? Like we have so many rages with this army. And once again, we're saving the royal champion. But why exactly are we saving the royal champion? The reason for that is that we have nothing to go for the core. And now we're coming to the second option, how you can attack ring bases, because the second thing is if you can somehow funnel with your queen, then you can just straight up use the Yeti blimp for the core, like for the town hall. But for us, we used the Yeti blimp early on. Once again, I'm way too late with my rages. I don't know. It's so crazy. You have to you have to use those rages so early on. It's crazy. So the next thing what we're going to do is freeze the enemy queen, the enemy inferno tower, scattershot everything together, and this means we're freezing once again the core just to make sure that we're getting actually the town hall. And once again, another rage just to keep the push going. We have a couple of boulders and witches on the outside. On the inside, our queen is now helping, and you always want to drop those jump spells in the corner compartments, because that's where it's going to be most likely that some of your troops are going to support the core. But on the other hand, if you're having a ring base where you're sending in the blimp for the core, then you should not open up the core, otherwise troops will unnecessarily die. This is kind of useless. But either way, we have still a couple of troops left. We still have our witches on the left side, and a couple of boulders left. Our queen is taking out the enemy scattershot. On the right side, we can take out the archer tower. Still have a couple of wall breakers left. I guess I would just use them to tank something. And yeah, 1 million on the right side, and this means this is going to be another triple. So guys, I hope you guys liked today's video, and it was a bit more like about the explaining behind the idea of this attack strategy. And if I would tell you guys I'm a master in this attack strategy, I would straight up lie. I'm not good at this attack strategy yet. It's really complicated. Like I said, if you guys will pick it up, you won't. If you're getting like ASAP really good results, heads off to you. For me, it took some time. It took some days to get to this level. And yeah, if you guys want to try this army, it has a lot of potential. Like I said, there's a reason why so many in the top 10 and so many top trophy level use this army. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video today, and I hope this army will do great things for you. So see you guys in the next one. See you guys, and bye bye.